When last we left our refugees,
You're the word for it, huh?
they had arrived. It's been a long time for the players and the dungeon master. So if something is wrong,
has it been 1 week?
No.
I mean,
No, it has not.
It's been at least a week.
Yeah, at least. Yes, that is correct. So if something is wrong, I'm sorry, but we're on top of it here. They arrived at the planet. I almost said Pygel. Did you guys notice that first time? We were talking about Master and Apprentice. I wonder why. It is topical. On the planet of Shere-Khan. Reunited with a few people, including one Earl Ross, who through some tensions and some moments revealed that his actual name is Rael Averos, and he is a Jedi Master. Or was. But the tensions were lessened. I was going to say dropped, but lessened. Discussions had with both Earl and other individuals, with each other, and maybe even the echo of other Jedi Masters. Who knows? Who knows?
We know because it happened.
I guess she was just ready to see him. Ash also reunited with her parents, had a bit of conversation, but now, because of troubles in the mines, and because really there's nothing better to do other than attempt to blend in as best you can.
There's trouble right here in Ennis City. Sorry.
Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that starts with Jedi. So sorry, jeez, hold on. We're good here.
I've caught a terrible case of the Music Man.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so you are to help Earl investigate this problem at the mine.
Yes.
Posing as hired help.
But also my friends. You're not posing as my friends, you are just my friends. No, it's okay, you can just be honest. Ash considers everyone her friend, she just doesn't know if they consider her one back. I'm Ash's friend.
And when we left off, the whistle for the rail system, the train, had blown, and you guys kind of piled on. This train is completely utilitarian. Every car identical in like a kind of semi-hexagonal shape, right? It's like not fully a square. There's like these cute little corners at each corner, right? You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So kind of hexagon, but not really. All like dark gray, with like slotted windows, you know, like how when blinds are mostly closed, but they're not blinds, they're actually like metal, you know, grates.
Right.
And it's when you approach, it is strange. Everyone counts as strange except Ash, because she knows how this shit works.
I do.
There is no locomotive. It is all the exact same box, from back to front. And you get on and kind of pick whatever car you would like. I think Earl wouldn't lead you that far. And it's kind of benches and places for boxes to go. That's all that's on here. And quickly, like right on schedule, the train kind of, and it's weird to everyone who hasn't been on this before. Like there's very little like increase of momentum and acceleration. It just kind of goes. It just starts, and the train picks up speed very quickly. You just kind of, it's like, if you weren't ready, maybe you need to like brace yourself on the bench, because it just kind of like the trams at airports, it just goes and picks up speed to quite a degree. Like stuff's zooming by if you look out the windows, and you kind of, and there's like a soft hum as you like, you know, there's a few moments where you pass through a mountain. There's just a tunnel and everything goes dark for like 6 seconds, and then you're out and it's less dark because there's no sun here. Very little anyway. It does take a decent amount of time, 15 to 20 minutes to get there. So these moments are yours.
I kind of pull Nyx aside as much as you can, and I guess the train car, if it's spacious enough, I suppose.
How big is this? How big is this train cart again? I'm sorry.
It is about like subway cart sized, so decent.
Okay. And there's like not a lot of people on here?
Not near you. It seems people, when Earl desires it, people will give him a breath, a wide berth.
Okay.
And it seems him with all these newbies, like no one's brave enough to come up and ask him what's going on with all these new people.
Yeah.
So they're keeping their distance.
Okay.
As they should now. Yeah, Nix, can I talk to you real quick?
Nyx kind of looks around. Nyx is a little bit like, I don't want to say he's on edge, but he's in soldier mode right now. And he goes, "Yeah, what do you need?"
I just pull up to the side so our conversation can at least be a little private. I'd be like, I know Earl probably deserved it, but it still hurt my feelings that, when you tried to attack him and everything. I know, like, tensions were high, and I'm not, like, holding it against you. I just wanted to let you know how I felt about it, since, Earl means a lot to me. He's my mentor. He's probably the person I'm closest to, and it just really sucks to see,
Nyx is quiet for like a couple of moments. He's not looking at her while she's saying this stuff to him. He's kind of like getting a bead on everybody, trying to make sure that like nobody's like making any kind of moves. Like I said, he's in soldier mode. But after she says that, he makes direct eye contact with her and says, "And what's Ray to me?"
That's the same thing. Like I said, I don't blame you, and you probably even deserved it. I just wanted to let you know how I felt about everything, since it's kind of my two worlds colliding, I guess. I'm not mad at you. It just made me upset in the moment. I just wanted to have us be on the same page,
You want to be on the same page?
I know you're closer to Ray than anyone else here, and I know that protected her is your first instinct, but still,
Do you know how long I've known Ray?
I'm not sure you've said.
I want to say maybe... Justin, how long is a cycle?
A year. So I'll make this easy for all of you. Coruscant is Earth. So
Okay.
The standard day, the standard year, the standard month are ours. It's a cop-out, but it's honestly, I don't like worlds that make up their own shit. It makes it hard.
Anyway, so about half a cycle before everything went to shit. Or no, sorry, after everything went to shit. Me and her were on a job. Oh, was it a job? Ray, was it a job?
Yes.
Yes. Ray and I were on a job. I'm not going to bore you with all the details. But when I first met Ray, she was cold, closed off, and ready to fight anything that looked at her sideways. I was too. I was ready to take on the entirety of Coruscant because I had more or less lost everything. We related on that. It was kind of our common ground with one another. She figured out I was a clone, and I figured out that she was force sensitive. I didn't figure out she was part of the you-know-what until later. But it took years. Years of building trust with her. And that was probably the hardest few years of my life. But I finally broke through. We established trust with one another. We formed a unit together. She covered my back, I covered hers. And now, your friend over there, and he points to Rael, undid all of that in one moment. He threatened her. Instead of asking questions, he jumped to the worst possible scenario. He pulled a weapon on her. And I couldn't defend her because he put me in a seat. I failed as a soldier to protect what is important to me. Now, all due respect, Ash, and genuinely with all due respect, I really don't care if I hurt your feelings because I threw a fucking chair at him. And he's gonna walk away.
Like, 3 feet and then on a bench.
Yeah. Yeah. Like halfway, like,
The camera's like really close. It follows you, but it stops you stop because, like, this car's isn't that big.
Yeah, this car's not that big. Yeah.
And just plops down.
Yeah.
Ash, much like me. Don't cry!
No, I'm sorry, Brooke.
She starts to cry some. It's not audible, but she starts to tear up and wipe her face. And, just kind of stays near the back of the car.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, it's good shit.
It's all in character.
No, I know that.
Okay.
My tears are in character too. Yeah. It's like, so she chalks it up essentially to just Ash will remember that. I suppose. It's just become very clear that she and him will never be as close as he is with Ray, and she's just gonna have to deal with that. And but she's just gonna keep her distance away from everybody else because she's upset. She just wanted to, check in, make sure that she got her feelings off her chest, and tried to make it as clear as possible that she didn't blame him. It just made her upset in the moment. And she basically got yelled at for it. So she's just not gonna be next to everybody else right now.
Nix is very much, he's still feeling very raw himself, which is, I've honestly, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. We don't have to keep this in. I have been thinking about this exact conversation for how many weeks has it been?
We haven't played since April.
Long time.
Yeah, since the last time we've had this session.
It's all fair. When you're like wiping your face, like Earl for sure notices and like looks at you. It is like, I hesitate to say it, but like there's no better way to say it. It's like one of those dad looks, like, everything okay?
She shakes her head no, but waves it off like it's not really worth talking about or dealing with. Or at least she doesn't want to, at the very least. Whether or not he pries her about it later is up to him, obviously.
Yeah. His look just kind of slides from you down to the bench to Nix, and he's not... Nix, if you see it, if you're looking around.
Uh-huh.
He's not mad or even upset, but he's like taking you in, like how you're taking everything else in.
It's very clear that Nix is, well, I'm not going to go too much into it out of character, so I will just say that it's very clear that Nix is in a very raw place at this moment.
Yeah, unless anyone else wants to like break the silence, there's like just pregnant like 10 minutes of silence, and it is like true silence. There's only like a slight hum of the train. There's no like clucks or any like collision of wheels on metal. It's just like a little bit of a hum, like a speeder, kind of undertoning everything, as like the whoosh of your speed is also like undertoning everything. But like a good bit of time will go by, and Earl, I guess not able to take it anymore, kind of like puts his hands above his knees and says, "All right, remember, you all are hired professionals for what's going on. Since the Empire wouldn't listen to us, you're what we got. So, and I think you can." He like looks from Nix to Ray to Cal. "Yeah, it'll be fine. Just let me do most of the talking when it comes to introductions, but otherwise proceed as if you are actually doing a job like this. I'm sure you've done something similar."
Raestra just nods.
Nix nods.
"Is there anything you need or want to know?"
We staying as a group, or do we have to separate?
"I'm not gonna make you do anything, but seeing as people have been picked off recently, I would not separate if I were you. I would advise against it."
Alright.
Nix is gonna glance over at Cal to see how he's doing.
He is, I am not sure what he is doing.
It's very clear that Nix is like, it's not that he's tapped out or like not here. If anything, he's super here right now.
Yeah.
But the way he presents himself, he's ready for a fight.
He's coping in a totally normal and healthy way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, Cal. I'm sure Cal had to take care of younglings for a few days. It's fine. He's still with this.
Yeah.
And it's not. I was gonna say your passive insight's pretty high because of your advantage. It's not dissimilar.
You are, like, what, 15?
He's 14.
Finally hitting puberty, head pats.
Physically, yes.
Hitting puberty emotionally.
Genetically, no.
Everyone thought this was like kind of a gritty like redemption story, but no, it is a coming of age story.
That's just all colognes.
It's true. But some time passes and you guys do arrive at the dig site. You like enter another mountain. The elevation of this never changed. You just kind of pass through mountains. And it was a perfectly straight line. You never felt a curve once. It's just like if there was a mountain in a way, they tunneled through it and straight through to this mountain that you're currently like in the middle of, and there's no screeching of brakes. The whole thing just kind of slows down in like a uniform, almost like robotic deceleration, and just stops, and doors slide open, and in this like entry zone, it's like very big, wide open, huge ceiling, and there's all this equipment. People pile out and kind of, just knowing what they're doing, just kind of trundle towards their assignments, and there already is a kind of in the middle of it all holding something. Hard to see because they are small, but like the crowd is parting around him, so you do like notice there must be something there, and when you step closer, it is an individual, let me make sure I have this right, a Lannic male. Lannics are tiny. They are like the size of halflings, mostly humanoid except for their very large and floppy ears. That one Jedi Master in the Clone Wars that served with Tarkin, he's a Lannic. And he's kind of just like looking around, and like somebody passes him and he barks out something you can't really hear over the din towards them. And he has a data pad that's like much too big for him. This was clearly like made for a human, and he's like two-handing it. But he can one-hand it easily when he's pointing. Like he seems burly, but for his size. So, and he looks towards your group as you approach, and his like eyes get big, and he says, "Hold on, I had a voice in my head." Wait, there we go.
We all have voices in our head.
It's true.
I just heard you do a goofy voice, or what sounded like a goofy voice.
Oh, hello.
Oh, well, hello there.
Fighting
Sora, you're a Jedi?
Boy. Sorry.
That's a King of the Hill voice. That one got away from you a little bit.
Wait. Blast. Actually, that one will stick.
Her chromosomes? That's asinine. Her pronouns are she, her.
You're not talking to a goddamn petri dish. Her pronouns are she, her.
You're talking to a woman.
Her midichlorians.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
Do I look like I know what a Jedi is? Midichlorians.
I just want a picture of a gosh darn hot dog.
Now we get the next angry set of comments is I just listen to them do Hank Hill impressions for
If editor me does not find this funny in post, it will get cut out.
I just want some jizz on my phone.
It's definitely getting cut out.
My favorite jizz.
You want
Darn
something
it,
to cut
Justin.
out here? Hey,
I love.
I know we don't have any of these
noodles.
yet, but to anybody who is Japanese and in Japan and is a fan of King of the Hill in Japan, I'm from America. The dub's better. King of the Hill specifically.
Anyway,
That's a legit thing that they debate about.
It is.
know.
It's great. I love it.
well, if it ain't Ashaa-kai, his eyes were wide, and then he steps forward and narrows them
God, it's
up
actually
at all
Hank
of you.
Hill.
Yeah, I'm a little country man.
Yeah, I'm back.
I thought once you left, I'd never see you again. And here you are crawling back to me. There's like an air of like playfulness to that tone where it's like, you know.
We have fun here.
He's clearly just teasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The big city ain't for me, it seems.
And he like taps two things on his data pad and then glances his eyes up, and you brought
Help.
Okay. Interest in specimens is what I was gonna say.
Oh, specimen. No, that's not a new one.
Yeah, he was looking right at Ray when he said that. Mandalorian. I know your kind.
Do you? She just gives him a look like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Not personally, but I've heard the legends. Everyone can make lore checks if they want.
Sure.
Sure.
First roll.
It's okay.
Awful! Fucking awful. 5?
Okay.
Ooh, 22.
15.
10.
All right. The 15 and the 22 are high enough to... No, well, Ash's DC's lower because she, like, knows this man. Lannis, the planet, was war-torn for centuries. Just infighting and... Ash, you never asked, but figure that Broswick is here because of that. Like, why else would you be here other than where you came from sucked, right?
Yeah.
And so he would know a thing or two about being from somewhere war-torn.
I thought this was a check about Mandalorian culture, and I was about to say, I would hope Ray knew at least something. Hopefully her...
Oh, no. Ray, you rode solo, and you're pretty sure you were just microaggressed.
She's
He called you a
used to it.
slur.
No, that's a macroaggression.
A slur is a
I don't think a slur is a micro... What the fuck are the people around you saying that a slur is a microaggression?
I heard macro. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
That's a clip for TikTok.
Yeah. Damn it.
And he says, and when you say help, I'm guessing, and he looks at Earl, and Earl just kind of nods and says, yeah, it's about the issues, you know. I knew Asha was coming back, and I knew our higher-ups weren't really going to do much about much. And Broswick just nods, kind of matter-of-factly, looks back down at his data pad, then up at you. Well, I'm Foreman Broswick. You can call me Broswick. I don't need to know your names. And he just points and then waves a hand. I guess you can go wherever you'd like, say whatever you'd like, but don't interrupt too much of the work.
Mm-hmm.
And he like turns and starts walking away as if like that's that.
He's just kind of always been that way.
I just like the idea of both Ray and Nyx making the same sound of
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that this is some kind of offense.
He does like a 1/6 turn. It's like, you can even help if you'd like. I know there's some jacks that won't be used. And he motions there's a box of, well, kind of leaning against the wall are like sci-fi jackhammers. There, but you know the complexity of a jackhammer is not, you know, just because we invent computers,
but sci-fi.
Yeah. Maybe they have a little weird shape and like
maybe you can play apps. I don't know.
And have like and they go fast like a vibroblade, but that's about it. You know.
Can I play Fortnite on your jackhammer?
Does it play
No.
Doom? Will it do?
Will it, Justin? You're the GM.
No. There's not even a screen.
Damn. That has never
Boo.
stopped a
My
motherfucker
immersion.
from playing Doom on it before.
That's true. And as you like look at the lineup of jacks, there's like 5, and a large. I have this one written down as well. A Verk, which are dinosaur people. It's what Coleman Trevor is. They have like they're skinned and scaled like lizards, large, and they have like a pointy dinosaur head.
Ah, got ya.
Hers is not very this is a female, in you can tell kind of by her build.
She's got lizard titties. Got it.
She might she just like picks one up with under one arm and kind of trundles off down the tunnel. But these moments are yours, as like now at this point, like almost everyone has made their way down the tunnel, so the crowd has thinned, and kind of only before you is this foreman or the tunnels.
She looks at Earl and just gestures.
Well, actually, I have a job to do, so, don't get paid if I don't do my job. They keep track of that stuff. So he like actually does grab a jack and just like, kind of he turns. Most people use the droids, but you get extra if you do it manual, and keeps me in shape.
Mm-hmm.
What? Am I not in shape? Asha, am I not in shape?
You are fucking ripped.
No.
She says
Thank
with
you.
such deep-seated regret.
I was
you.
expecting you are A shape.
You are shape.
Look, if the art I've drawn is canon, which it seems to be, he is fucking ripped.
I just like the slight defeated tone, like, wants to make a joke, but yeah, you are.
She's also still sad, so...
I'll take he takes like some steps towards you, because like it's in the center, so he kind of just like beelines to you before he leans in and says, I'll be down the tunnel where the last known people were, so if you need something when you're passing me by, we get breaks.
Alright.
Got it.
And he, kind of trundles off. And now the moment is truly yours.
Raestra will just go.
Ash will just kind of take the lead and just kind of focus on the task at hand. Like, so right now we're just kind of like looking for shit, yeah?
Yeah. And if you want to like pretend you're standing guard, you can do that, because like, this is what you were hired for. Big air quotes.
I never did Ash never did any of the mining because she's tech stuff. Her strength score is a 7.
Yeah.
So she'll, if there's anything like technology based along the way, she'll check it to make sure it's still working right and look for any signs of anything for what they came down here for, so.
Alrighty. Does anyone else have any thoughts about how exactly they're going to go about investigating and or whatever they would like to do?
I'm just gonna look around.
Yeah.
Nyx is gonna tail Ray.
I guess I'll keep watch with Ash.
Yeah. So it's you don't go that far down before you see like, little operations, and all of these seem to, so a lot of miners like picked up these kind of box looking things, but they're like a frame, there's clearly like, they're not a box containing something. It is something that probably unfolds or has something in it. And when you see it, that is truly the case. It's like, it's a portable like droid mining device, and people have like set it in front of a vein, and it's kind of hammering and drilling, and stuff is falling into a little container under it, and these miners are like, it's happening so quickly that they're like changing boxes underneath this droid like pretty much every like 20 seconds. And if you get a look in the boxes, there's all kinds of colors of minerals. If anyone's familiar with like metals, which I think only Raestra would kind of be.
I mean, Ash would have to be.
Oh yeah, Ash, you would know, and you would know all this, and we can even say that in character you explained it. There's like almost everything in these here hills, which is great because like, can use anything and everything for anything and everything. However, not that great because like what you get is a box full of everything, and it needs to be sorted to be useful. So like everything kind of just gets loaded up as best it can, put back on the train, and there's a whole facility to sort out everything back at the settlement. And then it's loaded and then taken up the space elevator. That's kind of just how things work here, and always have. So it's anything from, not really dunium unless you're lucky, but all the basic metals, name them off, and it's there. And even every once in a while, strange crystals that they definitely aren't Kyber, because people thought that initially a long time ago, and we're like, we're rich, the Jedi will, but like, no. Not Kyber, and not really of much use, but they are.
Are they colon crystals?
No.
No.
When people studied the gyms actually kind of get set aside for their own thing for like you guys, because they are pretty much the equivalency of here on Earth diamonds, but they're not arbitrarily rare like diamonds are here on Earth. So they're hard, they're pretty, and that's about it. You know,
Diamonds are actually not that rare here on Earth. In fact,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I said arbitrarily. That's why I said arbitrarily rare.
Okay, right.
Yeah. So they're especially
artificially
in,
rare.
Yeah, especially in like an interplanetary economy, like these are meh, you know, but they're pretty hard, and you know, so like people trade them off, people use them for crafting, people. So those you can see like one or two glinting in each box as you pass.
Nyx is actually like really tempted to like take one.
You may try, but you may get weird looks.
He's gonna pick it up and examine it for like a moment.
Okay.
Because Nyx wouldn't know, and he looks at Ray and he goes, "Is this what you use?"
You see her brow furrow, and then she looks at him and goes, "For..."
You know, the thing that makes a like a swiping motion.
What? No.
Ash just walks by, doesn't even make eye contact, and says no.
No, I take one, and I take it they don't, like, big air quotes, speak to me.
Absolutely not. As mundane as clay.
She shakes her head. She says, no, those ones are alive, I guess, kinda.
Interesting.
It's sort of hard to describe.
Nyx is really. I don't know why Nyx is tempted to take one. Maybe this is the player Ben bleeding into his character a little bit. But Nyx is
Diamond pretty
to take one.
Diamond pretty.
Shiny rock.
I have ADHD. Shiny object is pretty.
Well, these are probably like Star Wars, so they're like die lands.
Fuck off.
Make fun of the dumb naming in Star Wars all I want.
All right, so yeah, Nyx is. I guess Nyx will put it back.
Yeah.
We'll drop it back in the bin.
I'll make interesting things happen because I can. Because it's my game. No, because I'm the dungeon master. You do pass the Verk, who is like just like arms rippling through her shirt, like holding this jackhammer. And when you start to pass by as a group, like she actually does stop and takes not just goggles, it's like a mask, because like this is kicking up a lot of dust.
Yeah.
And says, well, polish my horn. Is that Asha?
Yeah.
And Ash, you do recognize this is Peggy.
Okay.
If one can be named Coleman, this one's named Peggy.
Truly because we said so.
spelled P-E-G-I.
No, it's actually just P-E-G-G-Y.
And Peggy.
You know Peggy in passing. This is
Yeah.
Darcy's wife. Her and Darcy are married.
Yeah, I love this.
Fuck yeah, Southern space lesbians. We love to see it.
Darcy's
Hell
a
yeah.
Dowutin, so they're both just large.
Dawitin, that's what oh god.
Knight's
Dawitin,
sister
what
is.
are they?
That's what Knight's sister
Yes.
is. They're the cow people.
Yeah.
The big cow people.
They're not really
Yeah,
they're
the big-
not really bovine, but they do have chin horns.
They have chin horns and round feet. They're pretty bovine. They have elephant feet.
I mean, yeah.
But she says, I wasn't expecting you back.
I wasn't expecting me back either.
Who are these fine folks?
They're help I found and my friends to help with the situation going on.
Oh yeah, it's just awful. We didn't even. It's such a shame we didn't even notice till the train got back. That like 6 people were gone.
6.
That's a lot for around here.
Yeah, well, you know, they just things carry on. You know.
Wait, 6 people went missing and no one noticed until too late?
Well, the train goes when it goes. There's no delay in the train, and people pile on, and no one like stops to count. You know.
Who went missing? Do you know?
It was she pauses, like looks down as if thinking, and then looks back up again. It was Tom, actually. Tom and a few of his friends.
Tom went missing?
Yeah. They were off probably deeper than they should have been. Trying to get the most score. There is a little bit of we don't work on commission, but you know, there's performance reviews and then your bonus reflects, so of course Tom's always out to be the best. No matter what it takes.
If we find him, I'm gonna wring his neck.
Well, if he's
Major or
safe.
private?
Well, if
Major or
he's
private? No, wait, shit, it's Private Ryan. Fuck, damn it.
safe.
Major Tom.
Major.
Major Tom.
That's the one that's
Control
ground control is
domain.
calling.
If he's not dead, I'm gonna kill him myself.
Oh, I know. He always gave you a hard time. It wasn't nice.
No.
But he and his pals are kind of like that.
Yeah.
Still a shame though, especially since no one really knows. It's like usually if they had fallen down or there was a cave in, we'd know, but without a trace.
And there's been no mention of, like, have the sensors been checked? Are they up to code?
Yeah, we don't. The sensors are only for cave-ins and such, so they're not tuned for small things. We know the tunnel he was in and about how deep they went, and when we went to look the next day, nothing.
Which one was that?
Oh, it was and she points back. It's like, just go back to the where things branched and take the far left one.
Thank you.
No problem, Asha. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Miss Darcy doing okay?
Oh, pretty as a peach.
Good.
I'll tell her you said hi. I'm sure she'll be happy. You and her always love to talk about your tinkering.
Yeah.
You have a good one. I gotta get back. Like I said, our bonuses rely on our performance. And she, puts the mask back on and just raises this. This jackhammer's big. It is like the size of your torso, Nyx, and just raises it up.
Jesus.
And
I give her a wave and a nod and thanks. Now, is that the same one that Earl decided to go down as well, or?
He said he would, yeah.
Okay.
And so you make your way down and you pass him also working the jackhammer. Not as easily as her because he's just not as physically big as Peggy.
He's kind of dragging it a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely not dragging it, but there's, a lot more effort when when he picks it up. Some grunting.
Also, he is also shorter than average.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Manlet.
No, short king.
Okay. Yeah. When you guys approach, he takes his mask off and kind of sinks the thing down into the by the sharp end down into the ground, and says, "Well, did you find out anything?"
I saw Peggy, and she didn't give me anything. You didn't tell me it was Tom that went missing. Tom and his gaggle fucks.
There's a blank look on his face for 3 seconds, and then look, it's you know what? I didn't even think about that. I knew it was him, but I didn't. I tried. I know you tried not to think about him as much as I do.
Insight check.
Insight check?
Yes, please.
Sure, go ahead.
Raestra's just gonna ask. She's just gonna look at her and be like, Tom? Question mark?
That's
Is
a dirty
there
20.
a story there? Sounds like it.
Look,
He's a little piece of parspit.
Dad. He's ever since I was
he's a little wad of parspit, I guess is he's a little wad of parspit.
He and his group of friends. Now, I tried to be friends with them ever since I was real little, but they never really liked me, and they picked on me, or just ignored me and shunned me. Stole Lemmy once. That scared me, freaked me the fuck out for a hot minute. Really made me upset.
I think he's smarter than everyone and better than everyone. And since Ashley here's actually smarter than everyone, he resents her.
So if Nyx wasn't feeling guilty before, he's starting to feel the twinge of guilt now.
I was about to say, the minute that he's and Asha, who is smarter than everybody, you just see Raestra nod, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It is true, she is in fact smarter than everybody else. This is
try
facts,
to give
yes.
him a good talking to, and that would have him cool down for a week or two. But when you're like that, it's you gotta want to be better, and apparently he doesn't. However, he's missing now.
Yeah, he's tried to ask me to go after work to drinks with him and his buddies, but after all the fucking nonsense I've had to go through, no. It's never gonna happen. And if I find him, I'm gonna wring his fucking neck and kill him myself if he's not dead when we find him.
Raestra nods as if to be like, yep, that's the course of action.
He and them are better now that they're not kids anymore, but I think just better at hiding it.
You have that sometimes.
It doesn't get rid of the emotional scars.
No, not
That's true.
really.
Kids can be cruel.
I wouldn't know.
Maxor's fucking ruined me.
What?
The minute you said kids are cruel, my brain just filled in, and I love minor.
Terrible.
Jesus.
Sorry.
But he's missing now. And, I don't think it's a prank. Because if it was, he would have been bored by now.
Be a really fucked up prank to just, like, let people think you were dead.
Yeah, I guess so.
However, at the same time, sounds like this guy
Says
It's not really,
says the Jedi, says the ex-Jedi. I guess no one
Yeah.
noticed that irony. This is the man not going by his Christian name, his Jedi name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His Jedi name.
Letting people think
His
that he's
Force-given
dead.
name.
To be fair, it's a difference between a prank and
different-
staying alive.
I know, yeah. It's just the irony was funny. It's like, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I like it. I think the funnier irony is the implication that he's doing it for funsies.
For shits and giggles.
Yes, the classic Rael Averross prank, letting all of my Jedi friends think I'm dead.
To be fair, they're dead. There's
Not
no
all of
thinking.
them, just most of them.
All the ones that
Just-
matter.
Excuse you? Obi-Wan
Rail
is
faked
fine.
his death like 3 days before Order 66, and he's like, I don't know what happened. No, none of them have called me. It's like they don't even care.
He felt all of it. He
Yeah.
felt Dooku
I know.
and
Yeah.
Oh, he felt the worst thing about being Rael Averross is he felt Dooku first, and then like less than
Yeah.
24 hours later.
Yeah.
Everyone else
Yeah.
was probably like, something's up with that. Probably.
It's literally that. Be advised, teammate has been. To be advised, teammate.
Yeah,
Be
I was
advised.
just be advised.
What the fuck is happening?
Anywho.
This was the tunnel, though, so I imagine that's why you're here.
yeah.
He just gestures and starts walking. We can see if we can find what the officials didn't, but they might have given it a lick and a promise.
I don't. After Empire, I don't anticipate them being able to find anything.
A lick and a
Yeah.
what?
A lick and a promise? Sorry, I forgot. You're from somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's like he started to say it, but then was like, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm from pretty much the exact opposite of this.
Well,
From
Alright, well.
a box.
I'm from a water.
Test
The
tube.
most test tube a baby could be.
Yeah,
Honestly. You can't get more test tube baby than a clone.
Ash just continues to walk.
Yeah.
I want to make sure, just because, does Cal have any thoughts? Or words of wisdom? Do
Yeah.
or do not, there's no try.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to do if you don't even try?
It's true.
It's just a weird way of saying don't half-ass shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try and not half-ass shit.
If you go in thinking you might fail, you're right. Is actually the lesson. Yeah. But anyway.
Oh, what are Cal's words of wisdom?
Let it be. No Beatles fans in the house tonight. All right, cool.
No,
I haven't listened to
I-
enough of the discography. I'm sorry.
Tough crowd.
Yesterday.
I don't know what Cal would say in this situation. I don't really know what else he would do. I guess.
Just making sure, you can just say he's tagging along if that's all he's doing, but just making sure that you have a chance.
Oh yeah, no. Cal's gonna tag along.
Okay.
Like yoinks, guys.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, John Lennon.
It is like a good mini paces to get to where they believe. Well, mostly it's not believe because this is where they found Tom's droid and recovered it. There's kind of like a mark in like chalk, like an X, and like that's it. Nothing about this tunnel seems weird. It's not like wider. It's not, and it doesn't even look like that. This is like a particularly good vein. It's like Tom just went further to say he did. Like further must be better, and then started digging.
Idiot.
Are the tunnels well lit, or are we like using fucking flashlights?
Ooh, that's a good question. They were
Oh yeah,
early
I
on.
have dark vision, so
They were early on.
I.
They didn't give the clones those. You'd think they would.
No, they gave them flashlights.
Actually, that's what Hunter has. That's Hunter's special. Hunter gets dark vision. That was his mutation.
yeah.
Ash does have dark vision goggles, and she has them on.
Early on, like in the big atrium opening, I say atrium, definitely not an atrium, but like the bigger opening zone, definitely well lit early on into the tunnels, like lights pointing into the tunnels. But at this point, especially since you went like off the beaten path, air quotes, it is dim, and you will need to pull out light sources. Which I'm sure if you guys want to, like, you don't have to have like flashlight in your inventory to say
Lemmy
like,
is with us. Lemmy turns on his flashlight, and I put on my dark vision goggles.
Lemmy is a flashlight.
His flashlight is very bright because it's one of the ones from those floating
Pit
pit droids.
droids.
Yeah.
I could also light my saber. It has, I think, a property for
Yeah,
like
light.
illuminating spaces.
Only if you want to. If you want to keep it hidden, that's fine because it's not needed. Only if Cal wants to.
Okay.
I will fly by the light of the droid.
Nix will pull out his blaster carbine and turn on the light on that.
Lemmy floats by rail. Upgrades, nice.
Upgrades, people, upgrades.
Upgrades,
Sorry.
people, upgrades.
I'm sorry, it was right there.
Now that you got some proper parts, I guess you could make him a proper droid.
He was always a proper droid.
Yeah, he goes. Meow. He goes. Meow. Yeah, you were always a proper droid, but now you're a proper droid. And he like pets Lemmy.
A prim and proper droid.
A prim and proper droid. Yeah.
One could argue he's one step closer to getting legs.
I mean, he already has wheels
Do
and
not
can
give him
float,
legs.
so
A gun.
No, absolutely not.
I can't believe Ashaa-kai is gonna make the first ATST.
And it's tiny.
He's just
Mental, I
small.
just immediately pictured Lemmy with like humanoid, like C-3PO legs.
What I pictured was, the stupid like boatman astromech from the end of season 1 of Mandalorian. That's what I pictured, but instead of an astromech in the middle of those long dangly arms, it's a mouse droid.
It was the R2 unit with arms and legs, the most uncomfortable looking droid in the world.
he can already float. He don't need legs. This is much more easy. It's a lot easier to get around when you can just float everywhere.
He like is being
Makes a
diligent,
mech, puts
pointing-
Lemmy inside the mech. He is a droid inside of a mech suit. His true final form.
You're doing a
That
great
would be
job.
like
now
piloting
I
a
have the
person.
image of Lemmy piloting an AT-AT.
It'd be like if you built a person around another person.
Yeah.
If you covered me in a skeleton and let me be a slightly larger person.
But anyway, we're investigating, which means if people want, they can make investigation checks.
I would like to do that. Yes.
I would also quite like to do that.
I would take investigation or survival if you prefer. You'll get different results.
That's an extra
That's
20.
an extra 20, baby!
Gonna give myself temporary
Or
boost.
a 21.
+1.
Wait, do I have...
You should have
I'm
more
gonna go
proficiencies
with-
than
Oh
that.
yeah, my survival's higher than that. So
I'm gonna go with survival. My survival's better.
I will as well and say 23.
I got a modified 20.
Mine's gonna be investigation because that's better for me. With temporary boost, that's a 26.
Okay. Oh, this is great.
a 17 on my survival check.
I thought you were going to say 6. It was
No.
like, you hear a rock tumble down the wall and shoot it. No. Oh!
No. Sorry.
A little
Scared
jumpy
me.
there? What? Just
I like-
a
I
little
like
bit?
being
Just a little
underground.
jumpy?
I don't like being underground. I don't know what to tell you.
But no, you 16. So
At least I don't have a bomb in my hand this time.
we'll start with the investigation check. Asha, you check around the X, you're like, yeah, the droid must have been here. There's the hole it was making. There's nothing special about what he was digging up, what they were digging up. And you kind of just like keep your eyes down, step around, step back, look up, and then look back down to the wall and kind of like the bottom, because all these walls are rounded, to like the bottom curve of the wall, and you see something. It's small, and anyone glancing at it would think like, oh, it's just a piece of rock, but you like reach out and touch it, and it is not rock, it is soft. And with a number like 26, you look at it closely, and you pick up very immediately, this is a spore. This is a kind of mycelogenic kind of spore.
There's your $10 Scrabble word.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same one that we make the tea out of, or is it?
You don't think exact because the color's weird. The color is off. In fact, you kind of like you like zoom with your goggles because like it's hard to tell with all the dust around it, but like you've like shaken it off at this point. You dust it off very gently with like a little like dust brush that you have for like
Yeah, if it's weird, I'm not touching that shit with my bare hands. I would have gloves.
Oh no, yeah, you have gloves on, yeah, for sure. And it's red, kind of like at this point it's like a like faded red, like when a rose wilts, so not like a bright red. And you look down and you see, like, now that you know the shape of this, there's like not a lot. It's not like an explosion of spores happen, but just just a smattering. Like, you can see, like, oh, there's one, just like spores. The survival checks would, both of you rolled really high, so you kind of let Asha, like, look closely down at this stuff, but both of you look down this tunnel, and kind of at the same time, feel and hear that there's, like, a rushing, a whooshing, and both of you, like, immediately understand that must mean that not only is there more to this tunnel, there might be a lot more. That's what a really high survival check will get you.
I look at Asha, like, are these, like, is this area, like, mapped at all?
Would it be mapped, DM? I would imagine that the well-worn tunnels would be.
If you ask that out loud, Earl pulls out a data pad and shows, well, we map as we explore. We dig mostly, but this, and he like shows, and it's kind of like a D&D map with like only about as far as you guys are. We didn't explore any further than this. In fact, Tom was treading new ground. So like this, so the map shows that there is like tunnel, but it's like black, like fog of war on a D&D map. It's like we don't know what's past this.
I show Earl the mushroom, the spore.
He like looks down at it, scrunches his face. Yeah, that's weird. And you would know this, Asha, as well. Like maybe you could say it at the same time. It's like the cave mushrooms. They're much deeper than right here. They spawn and grow much deeper under the surface.
I'm getting a bad feeling.
Yeah, you and me both. The officials didn't just deem this tunnel dangerous and didn't explore, so he like looks at you all and opens it, like raises his palms up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're gonna go see what's going on, see if we can find any trace of them.
Well,
I do want to look over the spores and see if some are more red than others.
It does not seem so.
Does not seem so?
They seem like, if you look over, especially if we carry that 26 over, they are definitely from the same source, definitely scattered around at around the same time, but none of them seem like more red than any of the others. None of them seem more fresh, less fresh. They're about as identical as one can get. Like, you can't, like, analyze its genetics, but they're pretty identical to the naked eye.
Nyx has an idea.
Share your thoughts, big man.
Does anybody know what these are exactly?
I shake my head.
Well,
No, the other ones that we know of are way further down, like Earl said, so these are new to me.
who here is against the scientific process?
If you're about to eat one of those, I will hit you.
He's like halfway through biting into one of them.
hope you know that is not what the scientific process is.
It was back in the old days.
He's just gonna
No.
force pull it away from his mouth.
No. Nix, he doesn't do that. However, he does like this.
Nix is the fucking fighter in the party that if it comes into contact with new thing, eats it.
I am a human fighter. I don't know what you want from me. This is how I contribute to my party.
I understand you were a soldier, but you were raised by scientists. What?
Raised is a very generous word.
Yes, the scientific method is when we make them eat weird things. At least that's what we told
How do you
them.
think we got the Bad Batch?
They're clones! They're expendable, it's fine!
They're our property. We may do with them what we wish.
Nix is going to do this. He scrapes up a little bit of the spores and licks it.
Oh god.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Sick!
Hey, do you guys remember when Kalingas almost, like, touched some
Yeah,
swamp breath? It was great.
this is the swamp slime situation all over again.
And sounds worse.
I love
Truly.
this. I rolled. Hold on. All right, hold on. What's my con modifier? All right, so
Oh,
I have
I'm
a
waiting
nice.
with bated breath.
Is it a wait? Hold on. Is it a saving throw
Yes.
or is it okay? So that's a +4 to my saving throw. So how does a 4? So how does a 5 sound?
You up, Chuck. It's like there's like a. It tastes awful, by the way. There's like it's like tangy and like and you swallow and there's like 2 seconds before your body is like nope.
That's what you deserve, dumbass.
Return to cinder. Yeah.
Well, they didn't eat it.
Oh my god!
Why did you think you should? What part of this said, yeah, you think this will be fine?
I don't know. This Tom guy didn't sound exactly smart, so I was just making a test. All right, jeez.
Yeah, uh-huh. It didn't, so what you're saying is that it wasn't a smart thing that you just did.
Absolutely not. Don't do it.
Well, it may not be the scientific method, but we did learn something. So.
Did we?
Yeah. Knowing is half the battle.
Please don't do that anymore, though.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna really need you to stop eating things that you're not supposed to put in your mouth.
You could be infected with something. Are the spores in any particular pattern, like body shaped?
No. In fact, like, yeah, you rolled really high. They're just kind of scattered, as if like they were sprinkled from up high.
Like intentionally?
It's impossible to tell that from how they were.
Can we dig around to the spores to see if there's anything in particular they're feeding on?
Actually, I have another question. Is there a trail of these spores, or are they just in this room?
It appears to be just in this room. Kind of spritzed around this zone where apparently their droid was. Ash, like 6 people to 1 mining zone is not protocol. Some of them were probably just lollygagging.
Taking a very long lunch break.
Yeah.
Is there another path, or is this kind of like a...
No, this tunnel keeps going, which is why the people that rolled high on their survival, they felt like a whoosh, like not a breeze, but like they heard and felt like a whoosh. Like there's definitely not just more, but a lot more to this tunnel.
Yeah. Should probably press on then. I don't think we gotta get any more from standing around in here.
Unless we're gonna stick these spores into other holes. I don't think we need to be here anymore.
I don't think I ever want to hear you say "in holes" ever again.
Oh, sorry. Unless you, for science, want to inject it anally. That is the fastest way to get things into your bloodstream.
That's worse. I'm walks away.
Could have said rectally, and that would have been better. Never mind.
You're right. Rectally is the science word. Anally is the other word.
If I didn't just lose my lunch.
I'm learning a lot of new things today.
Yeah, me too.
I'll have Ash press forward then, I suppose.
Anal, how do you spell that?
Not scientifically, just about people.
That's another good one. Learned a lot of things today. Not scientifically, just about people.
Not like useful facts, just about people.
Just
Nix will put
things.
things in his mouth to learn about them.
The local clone decided that it was a good idea to stick not only his foot, but some strange sort of new fungus in his mouth.
So if you guys trudge forward,
Yeah.
you kind of like march. What's your marching order, by the way? This tunnel is wide enough for you guys to not like all like 5 of you line up, but like 3 of you can line up with how wide this tunnel is comfortably. 3 of you could line
Gotcha.
up. So just what's your marching order? You know, no reason.
Ash is probably in front.
I will be in front with Ash.
Lemmy is illuminating from behind,
Since Ray is leading front, Nix will take the rear.
kind of like above. Actually, Lemmy's above you all at the rear, pointing just a little bit downward to like the way.
Cal will also join Nyx in taking the anal.
God damn it.
Anyway.
Yeah!
Does feel awkward around Raestra, but not nearly as bad as she feels around Nyx right now. So she will fucking take it.
It is quite like a few it's quite a little ways of like just kind of silence and this darkness and like eerie nothingness, because it is rather only the echoing sounds of your footsteps. And Lemmy's, you know, content to beeps every once in a while. Beeps and whistles. Like Lemmy does a little whistle just to hear it echo because he thinks it's cool.
While we're walking, Raestra's gonna get in a little closer to Ash and be like, "Are you okay?"
I'm trying to hold it together.
A lot of stuff happened, and I feel kind of bad.
I mean, I don't blame you for any of it. It just kind of hurts to be told to basically just have it be in my face that like I'm not really Nyx's friend.
She's gonna like you see like a little bit of like recognition cross her face, and she goes, "What?"
I tried to tell him that him attacking Earl hurt my feelings. Like it upset me, but I wasn't mad at him because, to be honest, he kind of deserved it, but still hurt, you know. And he said he didn't care about my feelings and told me about how you guys met. Not a whole bunch of details, but
Raestra's gonna like stop, and she's gonna turn around. I'll pick up a rock and I'm gonna throw it at Nyx.
Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
oh no.
Natural one.
Jesus. Okay.
It's dark in here.
I've got my health ready.
No. Do you know what? You know what's a good? Improv practice? Failing upwards.
Yeah.
Roll like a d4.
Okay. Man, I can't wait to further take away Nyx's ability to have children.
Yeah.
3?
3. Okay. What's your dex mod?
2?
2. Yeah. Nyx, you take 5 points of damage.
What the fuck?
She just meant to ping you. Instead, she fucking nails you.
Directly in between the eyes.
Pelts me right in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Right in the head.
Right in the forehead.
Ow!
Her emotions
what
got the best of
fuck?
her. It.
Friendly fire, what the hell?
Don't be a dick.
Cal just looks at Ray and looks at Nyx. What did you do?
Nothing.
You were a dick. Don't be a dick.
How am I being a dick? I'm just back here. I'm covering everyone's ring. What the fuck did I do?
She puts a hand on Ash's shoulder and she goes, "Don't be mean to her. It wasn't her fault."
Can we not do this right now? Okay, we're in the middle of
We have to do it right now. We're not going to be a good team if you're being a dick.
I'm not being a dick.
You were being.
Callie.
I'll hit you
My
with.
fucking wife.
She picks up and brandishes another rock.
He winds his fucking blaster carbine like a fucking bat.
Say you're sorry.
For what?
For being a dick.
Fine, I'm sorry.
Do you mean it?
Yes, I mean it.
Insight check. 11.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
She puts the rock down.
Earl looks at you, Cal, with a look of like, these people. Because he also dealt with younglings in his lifetime.
Yeah, Cal's just shrugs like, yeah, man, teenagers, am I right?
She puts the rock down, and then she turns around and she starts walking again. And
Earl sighs and kind of, I think I'm only doing this because I feel like Earl would. And he like heaves out a sigh and says, "Listen, this isn't like helpful communication. I'm only saying this because this is about
I
me."
really don't need communication advice from you right now.
Yeah, well, you're about to get it, so I can tell her to hit you with a rock again.
And I will do it. Not because he asked me to, but because you're dumb.
He looks forward at Ash because he was kind of in the back with the eunuchs and says he did what he had to do, and he doesn't regret it, and I don't blame him. But what I don't think is clear, and he looks back at Nyx, is he do the same for you? And he's like looking for a reaction in your face when he says that.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Do the same for Ray? Or for Ash?
For Ash, yeah.
For Ash.
Yeah, absolutely, in a heartbeat.
It's just the kind of person he is.
Nyx would take a bullet for every single person here, including Rael, even though he would hate it.
If anything happened to anyone, I would kill everyone.
Does Nick say anything in character? Because Ben said yes, absolutely.
He did in characters. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, no. In character, Nyx was, yes, of course.
Precisely. We don't have time for misunderstandings like this in moments like this. It's life's too short. He says that kind of quickly.
Listen, we're a team, and yes, sometimes we don't always agree on things, and yes, sometimes I'm gonna get a little angry every now and again, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do what I can to keep everyone here safe.
Ash is a little misty-eyed again.
Raestra pats her head.
I was the real dick anyway, and I'm sorry again. So, feel bad that I started all this.
No, you were right. It's okay. And then she just pats Ash's head.
I really wasn't, but
she doesn't believe you, but she's not gonna push it.
yeah. Wouldn't be the first time.
Ash goes, how you feel about Ray is how I feel about Earl. You would feel the same way if stuff was reversed and I was the one that was trying to hit Raestra with a chair.
That
Which is quite the funny picture.
really funny.
It is a very funny image.
You care a lot about her and I care a lot about him, so it's a similar boat here. And I know that my feelings towards what happened don't matter as much as what happened. I just don't like getting yelled at for trying to be on the up and up in housekeep and trying to make sure that I don't let anything brew between us, because you are my friend.
Well, you're our friend too, so it's why I'm not gonna let him. It's why I'm not gonna let him be a dick.
Listen.
I told you I don't blame you, and I'm not mad. It just made me upset in the moment.
I know. It was that mind trick. Feeling like I don't have control over myself. It set something off in me. I don't know what, but...
I know it's not quite the same, but I felt stuff too.
Sorry for snapping. That wasn't fair.
I forgave you.
Thank you.
You're not allowed to be mean to Ash. She's...
Baby.
You're not allowed to be mean to Ash. Puts a hand on her head. She is very soft.
Alright, can we get back to the mission at hand now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a lot, so... On we go.
Ash will turn to Raestra.
A lot of good help.
Not everything's about you, Cal.
Yeah!
Ash will turn to her and go, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. He's good. He's just stupid sometimes, and he says dumb things that he doesn't mean. It's nice having actual, like, for real friends for once.
You're telling me.
Kinda used to people who are trying to or very willing to kill me. So this is nice.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's worse, being a social outcast or people trying to kill you. At least one of them's keeping you on your toes.
I mean, I guess. Not the one you think, either, which is...
You get surprisingly agile because of it.
Unfortunately.
I'll say.
Or stronger, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, paranoia is not strength.
No, I mean
No, sorry.
Yeah, we meant, like,
where
physically,
you're
but
coming from.
yeah, it's,
Yeah.
whatever. Also, it kind of does, but we're not gonna get into that. The point is you're our friend, and I'm not gonna let people be mean to you anymore.
That means a lot to me.
You're welcome. I will stuff them into a small space if that helps. I don't know how this works.
I am right
shrugs.
here.
She means in general, not just you big baby.
You are not exempt from that, though.
Ash, I am laughing in and out of character.
You are not immune from Raestra shoving you into a locker.
Fucking nerd.
Ash will put a hand on Raestra's shoulder and be like, well, we'll figure it out together.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on, unless anyone else had anything to talk about.
Sure.
I'll bring up something, why not? Because Nyx brought it up earlier, and now I feel guilty. Cal's just gonna kinda saunter over to Nyx, the clone fighter.
Yes. Hello, yes, I am human fighter.
Regarding what you said earlier, I should apologize as well.
For what?
It wasn't jest, but I did use my powers to influence your mind, and
Listen, it's fine. It's just it feels weird. Like I know I should be doing something else, but something in my mind is telling me to do other things, even though I know it's not right. I don't know. It's so hard to explain.
it's not something I personally really like doing either.
It's seriously.
Which I guess makes what I... Yeah.
Kel, it's fine. Genuinely. I know it was coming from. I knew it was coming from a joke, but I don't know. It just feels like I know I'm following orders, but it doesn't feel like the orders. You know what I mean?
Well, because you're not. This isn't war anymore. I'm not your general. You're my equal as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, that's the thing. It doesn't feel like it ended.
It's what you were created for. And given how things turned out, I suppose... The way I put it when I said that this isn't the galaxy your brothers would have wanted, I suppose that does make it sound like your job isn't done.
Creed was really big on orders. This is exactly the kind of thing that Creed wanted. Everything in order, everything in place. But...
And I ask again, what about your brothers? What about you? Do you mind if I tell you a story about something that I've done a while ago?
Dot plagueis the wise.
Listen, if never mind. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, at one point, during the Clone Wars, I had ended up on Christophsis. A medical team had asked me for help. They needed Jedi that was capable of healing, so they sent me. And you can guess, like, within the hospital, like, full of clones. And I healed them. And this isn't necessarily something I was expecting. And it did make me rework how I initially saw you, how I saw clones in general. Because I began to notice these distinctions, these differences. Not just in how you look, but it's as if your souls were different. Maybe this is the world Creed would have wanted. Maybe your brothers at large would disagree. What do you think?
You want my honest opinion? I feel like I missed something when it all went down. Like, everybody was in on something. Like, they knew something, and I just wasn't getting it. Then Creed pulled a blaster on me. It shot me. I just want to know what it was I missed. What was so damn important? Because one minute I was fighting with my brothers, and the next it felt like I was talking to complete strangers. I mean, Creed was cold, but it felt like I was looking at a weapon given life. I don't know.
I think we will find the truth. Knowledge can be scary, and it can lead a person down a very dark path, but
I just want to know what I missed. I think it was like a change in the mission or something. An order. But my communicator was broken, so I didn't get it all. Just bits and pieces.
Fucking Palpatine's theme.
execute.
6.
I think he said order 6.
So, yeah.
That doesn't
I don't know.
apply here. That's the latrine duty. What the fuck?
Yeah, which makes no sense.
This must be really bad if he's calling all clothes from now on.
Order 6, he wants me to make a Mai Tai for General Kenobi.
It's a very specific. Order,
So,
yeah.
so frequently
Order
that not
6?
only is it a designated order with its own number, it's in the top 10. Obi-Wan drinks a lot of Mai Tais, confirmed.
After all that, and walking while you do it, you do come upon something finally. All of you can hear and feel that kind of that whooshing, and Lemmy illuminates it, to make it very clear, and then kind of flies right over it. You're kind of now in a circular chamber that has like 3 branches, like not equidistant apart. There seems to be no pattern or distinct difference to the branches of this tunnel, and 3 branches including the one you just came from, but in the center of this circle is a hole. And as Lemmy shines the light down, you see that the light beam does not reach the bottom of this hole, and it goes straight down.
It's disturbing. Please don't be another worm.
I really hope it's not another one of those worms.
I'm sorry, a worm?
We fought a giant trash monster that was semi-buried in the ground, and it would send up tentacles that were the size, like the heads of the tentacles were the size of us. It was gross. It was nasty.
That is weird.
DM, is this whole like 90-degree drop, or is there like kind of a?
Oh, it's sheer. Yeah, sheer 90
sheer,
degree,
okay.
and about 10 feet in radius. No, yeah, 10-foot radius.
There's no other path, right?
There's there's 3
2
split
branches.
Yeah, 2 branches in the hole. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone investigate? Or...
Well, yes, I'm gonna
Yeah,
investigate the scene of
absolutely.
the crime, Justin.
14 for me.
Jesus.
That's 17
aggressive.
for me.
I'm gonna roll 2. Why not?
This is a game where you roll
15.
dice. 15.
It is! Oh my god!
Nix, you just lean over a bit and look real hard, and you see it's not particularly smooth. It appears to be just the tunnel you just walked through, but 90 degrees down, pretty uniform. It doesn't seem to angle off at any time. Like I said, the light ends and there's still more. Asha, you with your roll, just toss a pebble, and 5 seconds, 10 seconds, more, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. And apparently it is so far down that you cannot hear the the clack of the pebble.
Jeez Louise.
Is it like a clean hole?
Only about as clean as like the tunnel you came from.
Okay. So this is there's nothing different about this hole than all the other tunnels that we have taken, correct?
Exactly, except it is 90 degrees down.
Yes. I'm gonna point to the hole and look at Rail. What's this? This part of the whole network?
Appears to be a hole. But that's obvious.
Uh-huh.
A lot of this is natural. We dig a little bit when there's good veins, but...
Wait a minute. What do you mean these tunnels are natural? They're naturally occurring?
We found them this way. And then we expand to make our center, and then we'll dig a little more if it just makes it easier and faster. But yeah, these were...
Wait a minute, hold on. Here. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. So, this mining company found a bunch of holes in the side of a cliff and thought to themselves, hey, this looks like a great way to mine.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You've never taken a geology class or geography class, have you?
No, but I've been on Coruscant where there's a trash monster burrowing holes, so...
No, you're onto something, but and so did a lot of people think, but the mine's been operational for many years, many decades actually, and nothing other than normal accidents like cave-ins or someone falling down something like this, because there's been drop-offs before, gorges. Might have heard of something like this that we sent a lift down and didn't really find much except just more branch offs. So nothing major bad has happened until now. Nothing unexplained. Wouldn't put it past me if they were high and just fell. They do have... Someone's been smuggling them in spice. I think it's one of the Imperials. For money.
How often are imps down here?
Everything goes back to spice.
Last time anyone even remotely Imperial was here was the people that investigated this. They stay up in the space elevator.
They clearly didn't do a good enough job.
It's true.
Can't trust imps to do anything.
Even back in the Order, you couldn't trust imps to do anything.
No, you can trust them to do one thing, miss.
Incompetent.
That's a good joke, but it's not in character because I haven't established your check there, Kalsheen. All of this conversing is happening, and you've just been kind of looking down, Cal. And there's like a level of... not deja vu. And not even vertigo.
You've
but
just
your
been
head...
in this place before?
Yes.
High up in the street?
And not even vertigo, but you're looking down, and it's like when you're like really high up and you look straight down, and it's like a little off-putting, right? It's and ever so slightly disorienting.
Yes, I remember being on the Sith pyramid with you, Justin.
And your vision kind of tunnels with this tunnel, Cal, and it even like there's like a level of zoom and like mist pricks at the edge of your vision, and impossibly far away, as if on the horizon, you see like a little dot of light, and this dot of light is blood red, and you feel it more than you hear it in your head, just kind of like a deep, throaty, awful chuckle, and that like sends a chill like all the way down your spine, and you kind of can't help but like recoil backwards. But do with that what you will.
Cal, you alright?
There is something evil down there.
I will say, now that I've said it, the light and the chuckle and the feeling do give you deja vu, because you had a dream just last night. It's been a while out of character, so I'll remind you.
No, that's fair. Sorry, just looking down there, it reminded me of a dream I had.
What did you see? Earl has gone a little more serious.
Nothing. Not a lot. Just this red light. Very red. And small. But it was dark, so it's the only thing you really see. And And this laughter.
Earl looks over the edge and like pauses for 3 seconds. I feel something, but it's like a funky smell that you can't quite place in the corner of your house.
Nix jumps in the hole.
Not the dark side.
don't Isn't that an SCP?
Not kidding.
A deep hole that like makes
I'm not kidding.
you jump.
No.
Nix slides down the hole.
No.
I will make clear there is no sliding. It is a cliff.
Raestra grabs him.
Hold on. I can't, like, press my hands against the side and just kind of shimmy.
It's 10 feet wide.
No, it is.
Ben.
It's 10 feet wide. Yeah, yeah. It's 10-foot
fine.
radius that makes it like 20 feet wide.
Raestra can see him
All right,
thinking
fine.
about it. Raestra can see him thinking about it, and she whacks his forehead.
Ow, fuck.
Don't jump in the hole.
That was the spot that you threw a rock on, you asshole.
Don't jump in the hole.
When that happens, Earl steps over to you, Cal, and kind of like leans down because I think you like stumbled down against the wall, and he said, "I didn't mean right now. I meant in your dream. What did you see?"
That same thing. That's essentially what I described to you.
I will remind you just mostly so I can remember. In your dream, you fell down a dark hole and into a large dark cavern where you couldn't even like see the ceiling or the walls because it was so dark. And you heard a heartbeat or something like it. It like overtook your senses, and then you felt something in the room with you, a presence. And then to end off the dream, it was something like this one wasn't a chuckle, it was more like a but the feeling was familiar. But that's what you saw in the dream.
Okay. Well, I fell into a dark cavern, and I heard this sound. It was similar to a heartbeat, and it just reverberated across the entire room. It was huge. It was massive. I couldn't see the ceiling or the walls, and I just saw this shape. It was red. It was blood red. And it was the size of a small freighter starship. I couldn't really make out what it was, but I could feel that it was there. It was there, and it was powerful. I never felt power like that before.
Like Vrail just like tired sighs. Fucking dreams. Well.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Vague as hell. Sorry.
Yeah, that. But unfortunately, I've learned that dreams can come from the Force. And ones like that should be taken seriously. He stands up. Something red and big and evil is afoot.
Can it come from both sides?
It's a warning. The Force doesn't do anything unless it wants to. So if it showed you something, it's because it wanted you to know. At least that's what he used to say.
So we're going in this hole.
No, we don't have any equipment to do such a thing. And he looks at a chrono on his wrist, and we don't know when we'll get back. We can look into this hole, but we will tell somebody, and B, get some equipment. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. He looks at Ash, he looks at Cal.
Oh, Cal turns to Nix.
What?
I mean, yeah, we should probably do things by the book, but I'm just worried that if someone else starts futzing with this that's not us, that they're gonna get disappeared too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's one thing to lose Tom and his goons, but that's still people. Unfortunately, they're still people.
You really don't like these guys.
They are the source of her trauma!
We don't want to be the next set of people that don't come back is the thing.
Exactly. Like,
We
I
can't.
don't want anyone else.
I don't know. I can't fly. Can any of you?
We're hardly people.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
You're people.
speak for yourself.
Don't.
Well, according to the law, I think each and every one of us are a little less than people, but you know.
Not me. like Nix puts up a finger. I am property of the Empire.
That's true.
That's unfortunately
Yeah.
true, I guess.
Unfortunately. Criven Clone War.
Legally on paper, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm dead. What is that? Does that still... Are dead people still people?
Raestra does like an in-between hand gesture. It depends on who you ask.
I mean, your soul's not in your body anymore, so your body's just an object if you're dead.
Raestra, just feel lucky they didn't put you in the amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Raestra's like, It could be worse. You could have been fossilized.
What?
Oh,
What?
okay, so I'm a decoration.
Yeah, did I not? She looks at the rest of the party and then goes, did you not know that's what we do?
No! I learned that y'all even existed until about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
My question is why? I thought you burned us.
No. I think it's to keep track.
No, that's what we Jedi do. You burn the body so they can be fully reunited with the Force. Doing exactly the opposite, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I think A, it's to cut you off from the Force, and B, I think it's just to make sure. It's fucked up. I don't like being in that area of the fortress. It's spooky and weird.
Also, points to Ray. Don't say we. You're not a part of that anymore. I don't think.
She does like another
You're not.
in-between.
I would hope you're not.
Oh, Cal will just force push the hand down. I'm not taking it.
She's like, okay. Well, the thing is less like, it's less I have any allegiance to the Empire and more either I am or I'm dead, so thus the...
Well then, I mean, welcome to the party.
Don't know what the equivalency of Schrodinger would be in Star Wars.
It's a
Schrodinger.
no. It's Salacious's gun. It's Salacious's crumb.
Salacious's crumb.
Fuck
Oh
off.
my god.
Fucking hate it here. I'd give our podcast 1 stars too.
No.
We should find maybe the foreman. I think maybe he can possibly keep people from working here.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And then it's a little too late in the shift because the train's just gonna go. So I think we mentally and physically prepare back at Aneth. And then
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so too.
Broswick will keep everyone on the up and up and will hopefully not convince too much about getting the proper tools to help figure this shit out.
Can't you just like, she gestures to the hole, cover this?
I was thinking about something like that.
It's not, 1, this is a big ass hole. 2, there's plenty of people here. That way, you and all of your armor at least twice as much as you. So that's stuff we don't have to accommodate for.
You can't just like put some sheet metal over this? This feels like a hazard.
No, I think what we're gonna do is and he like leads you all back into the tunnel you came from. He looks around, not only like physically, but like all the Force sensitives like feel him reach out in the Force, and it's like, you know, it's like feeling someone's wave of perception, right? It's like water hits you, and then he gestures to the entrance and says, "Do you think you both could help me? We can just
Oh yes.
just make sure to arrange them in a way we can move it after."
Yeah, sure.
And he puts both hands up, and kind of everyone. I guess Cal, make a wisdom check. Are you using the light side or the dark side, Raestra?
I mean, the dark side seems to be what's helping me, so I'll charisma for the minute.
Okay.
12. Not bad.
The saga continues. 16.
All right. Good thing the Jedi is very good at these things. Found the
sure
Jedi.
I found the Jedi.
Ash is picking up small rocks. She wants to feel like she's helping, even though she's really not.
Oh, that's like adorable, but also like a little pathetic.
Ash is nothing if not pathetic.
we cast mold earth, and then Ash just pats it with a shovel. There.
So, like, you both with your hands up, kind of, you like, everyone hears and you feel like a few rocks give way, and then both of you kind of feel it is like you were both like lifting a table from either end, and then someone picks it up in the middle and kind of like both of you with it, just in the middle of the opening, just like you guys kind of loosen the jar and he just all these rocks down. It doesn't make a huge noise. It does kick up some dust. He like kind of control dropped it. He rolled a 23 for the record.
Oh yeah. As I would have expected.
Something tells me he did pretty good.
And also, as I said, he has the ability size matters not when he's casting force powers that have a weight limit. That weight limit's tripled for him. But this is kind of in large chunks, like large boulders that you can just like push away one at a time when you're ready to come back through. It's blocked. Like maybe rats or cats could squeeze through some of the gaps, and you could like look through some of the gaps, but like nobody is getting through.
Ash is putting small rocks in the holes with the force.
Thank you, Asha.
I know I wanted to feel like I was helping. I know I'm not good at it.
In the moment where it's done, Earl does look over at you, Ray, because he felt what you were doing and how you were doing it, but says nothing. We can head back now, I think. We'll also like officially like put some tape up, but you know how useful that can be.
Yeah, it's better. The rocks are sturdier, I think.
For the sake of brevity, we don't have to roleplay it. You guys walk all the way back. Earl does all of the talking with the foreman, who's just like nodding and like, yeah, and like rolls his eyes once, like, I can't believe this.
I can't fucking believe my tunnel is dangerous. I can't believe I have to follow OSHA regulations. What a fucking inconvenience.
More like can't believe those officials like didn't find the massive asshole. He's good at his job.
It was camouflaged. There were so many massive assholes there. I'm very funny. Thank you.
I need a second after that one. That was some really good wordplay right there. Never heard it. Mostly, I'm surprised I've never heard that one. And the time comes, the shift ends. It's like a pure full 8 hours, right? Because you guys did spend a good bit of time like walking and investigating, and a short rest can be achieved between then and now if you guys would like.
I don't think I need one.
Somebody lost 6 HP or 5.
You can take your short rest to heal your rock damage.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'll let me roll to get my hit points back real quick.
I was about to say you could use second wind and not use a hit die just in case.
And you'd get second wind back on the short rest, yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. Okay, yeah, I'll use second wind to get that back.
And it'd be a D10 plus your fighter level, so technically a little better.
That's true. Yeah, I got it back.
Game mechanics. So the whistle blows, and this whistle, like, there's like a system, and like there's apparently like periodically a few other whistles like further down in case you're like too far for it to echo down to you, and a crowd starts forming. But you guys had already kind of, as soon as it blew, like got on the train, and the back car is kind of fully loaded up with boxes and stuff. Under the bench, on the bench, and there's kind of like an upper shelf with these boxes. There's just like room to walk by, right? So you guys kind of take the second from the back car. I guess it's the back now because it'll be going back the other direction. And people like just pass you by and get into the other cars because again, you know, Earl's in serious mode and people aren't gonna make small talk or see what's what with these strangers yet. And the train starts moving again. Passes through some of the same stuff, but about halfway on the ride back, you noticed, because the doors were open before the train started moving, that like two miners remained in the very back car, like standing and hanging on to things. Apparently, like, Ash, you would know this, there's like a rotating shift of like people to be back there to make sure that the cargo's fine on the trip.
Yeah.
Right? But about halfway through, the doors are shut because they would have shut when the stuff was moving. But there's a moment where a lot of stuff happens really quickly. First thing, Earl kind of stands up and tilts his head as if listening for something. And right after that happens, Cal, Ray, and even Ash a little bit. You feel something. It's like a wave. It's like when you step out into humidity. It's like a wave of unpleasant malice and hate. And it's like coming from the back car. And it's in that moment, like pretty much the moment you feel it, there's like a noise and a male scream, a like painful male scream. And because Earl had jumped up first, he actually like, by the time you guys stand up, he's run to the door and hit an override. Actually, it's not an override button. This, he would have to pull an override lever, which takes a split second. You gotta and the train door opens, and in the back car, ooh, I get to wax. This is fun. I've been waiting for this. You see the two human male miners kind of standing, though one is standing a little too high because he has been run through with a spear and kind of dangling. On the other end of this spear is a creature. It appears to be bipedal. It kind of towers up, though not very high. It's only about average, above average human height. It is a ghostly kind of milky white color in a kind of way, and also ever so slightly, not even ever so slightly, a good little bit translucent. It's kind of a ghostly white this creature is made of. It's standing, all of its limbs are kind of uniform and look like stalks that end in these weird kind of bell-shaped bulbs. Bulb is the only word I can use. That kind of like, for its feet, air quotes, gives it stability. For its hands, air quotes, it has these kind of stem-looking proboscis that are gripping the spear. The spear also appears to be made of a similar material. It's a similar color to its skin, but like it seems to be hard and stiff. And at the end of it is a shiny gem. You can see it very clearly because it's glistening with blood right now because it's ran a man through. And this, you take all that in because like Earl's kind of at the door and you guys kind of all stood up and can see through the door kind of like Scooby-Doo style. Like you're staggered. And there is a second one who is in the middle of rearing its spear back to hit this other man. And you can see kind of in the top shelves, under the bottom shelves, 4 more are kind of like unfolding. They've like folded themselves up under and above this stuff and are like emerging. And one has like had a head start and is fully emerged, and it kind of, where its head should be is just another bulb, another kind of sickly white bulb with still like nothing but proboscis inside. And it kind of, the proboscis move and it makes a clicking sound, like a and you see the only other thing is, because the way you can tell these guys are see-through is there's something inside that's glowing.
Is that you can see through them?
yeah. There's something inside that's glowing that right now all of them appear to match and are a dull but still unmistakably blood red. And it looks like fireflies, right? It looks like countless little fireflies kind of dancing around. I would say dancing, but these are like, it's like a torrential storm inside. And they're like swirling inside
like somebody screwed up a snow globe?
Yeah, exactly. Kind of even a little bit like illuminating this. But yes, this one turns to you and it's like the glowing inside becomes even more torrential as it makes that clicking sound at you and brandishes a similar spear. And that's what we're in tonight, I think.
Star Wars First Resistance is a live play Dungeons & Dragons podcast using the Star Wars 5e system, which can be accessed for free at sw5e.com. Our podcast features the player talent of BubblingBrooke as Ashaa-kai, Silver Keyblade as Calchin Phimiir, Ben Lepard as Nyx, HitenNoRuroni as Raestra Akkan, and this Justin as the Game Master. You can find links to our social medias in the description. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please, we would love it if you left a positive review, commented, and shared this with your friends. We can't thank you enough for listening to us goof around and tell stories, and we hope you'll join us on next episode. Until then, may the Force be with you.